Good evening, dear student. Today we are discussing about the class 9 chapter. Their name is what? Tissue. Okay. Here, tissue. In this chapter, we discuss what is the tissue, what is the uses of the tissue, and types of the tissue. The first tissue, the word which originate from the tissue. Which originate from the tissue. What is the meaning of tissue? Something woven. Something woven. Something woven. The tissue, what is their meaning? Group of cell. Group of cell is called as tissue. Is called tissue. What is the meaning of group of cell? The group of cell means what? Collection of the cell. Collection of a cell is called as tissue also. So the tissue generally occur plant as well as the animals. The tissue, number of cells gathered to perform the specific function. Firstly, the tissue basically two types. Tissue become a two types or types of the tissue or the types of a tissue. The first types of the tissue is what? Plant tissue. Plant tissue. And the another types of the tissue is what? Animal tissue. Animal tissue. So today's lecture we discuss about the types of the plant tissue. The plant have the basically two types of tissue. First is a meristematic tissue. Meristematic tissue. And second types of the tissue is what? Permanent tissue. Permanent tissue. Okay, meristematic tissue. So in this lecture we discuss about the meristematic tissue. What is the meristematic tissue or what is their characteristics? Now the meristem, what is their meaning? That is the growing tissue. Meristematic tissue. Meristem, this tissue is called as what? Growing tissue. This tissue is called as what? Growing tissue. Their cell actively divide. Their cell actively divide. Their cell actively divided. Actively divided at a specific region, at a specific area. So these are the meristematic tissue. Their cell actively divided. Now in this tissue, they have the certain characteristics of the tissue. The first characteristics of the meristematic tissue is what? The cell wall is made up of the cellulose. The cell wall made up of cellulose. Okay, these are the types of sugar. Now second characteristics, the cell have less intercellular space. Intercellular space. What is the inter? Inter means what? Between the cell. The cell have the less space between the two different kind of cell. Third characteristics, large nucleus or prominent nucleus 4 characteristics, vacuoles become absent. So this is the basic characteristics of the meristematic tissue. Now this meristematic tissue, they have the basically three types of the meristematic tissue. The first type is what? Apical meristem. Second is the intercalary meristem, and third is the lateral meristem. Now we discuss about the apical. What is the meaning of apical? Apical meaning is what? Above, tip. The tissue which is occur in the tip position or the top position of the plant. The tissue which is appear or occur in the top position of the plant, that is the apical meristemic tissue. Inter. What is the meaning of inter word? Inter, between. The tissue which is occur between the apical or lateral meristem. The tissue which is occur between the apical and lateral meristem, that is the intercalary meristem or the lateral tissue. Lateral, what is the meaning of lateral? Below or the periphery. What is the meaning of periphery? Away from the center. So apical, the tissue which is located above the tips position of the plant. Where it is occur? They are occur into root, stem. Intercalary, between the node and internode. Lateral meristem, they are the periphery of the stem. So first we discuss about the apical tissue. In this apical tissue, this apical word, apical, their meaning is what? Above, up, tip. The tissue which is located above, up or the tip position of the plant is called as apical tissue. The tissue, we writing definition here. The tissue which appear tip position of the plant, tip portion, tip area, the tissue which is occur tip position, tip area, of the plant, that is the apical tissue. These are the first types of the tissue. Now where it is occur? There occur the shoot tips, root tips and primary growth. So where their location of the tissue, that is the tip position. Here, this is the location of this apical tissue, tip position, root position and the primary meristem. So the tissue generally occur the above portion of the plant or the growing parts of the plant. So the tissue which is appear above or the growing parts of the plant, these are the apical meristem. They always present to the root part also. Now the next, the second types of the tissue is what? Intercalary. Inter between, calary, that is the between tissue. The tissue which is present between the node and internode. The tissue which is present between the node and internode, or suppose these are the growing plant. In this growing plant, this is the leaf like structure or the leaf, above portion of the leaf. The tissue which is occur this position, or these are the between, this intercalary. These are the intercalary tissue. Intercalary tissue. So where it is occur? Between the node and the internode tissue. So their location, they occur node portion, internode portion and the leaf base. Means suppose these are the leaf like structure. These are the leaf. In this leaf, the tissue which is appear into this basal portion, basal part of the plant. These are the basal portion of the leaf. Now the third types of the tissue is lateral meristem. Lateral, last below or the downside or periphery or the below periphery of the tissue. So in this tissue, where this tissue generally they occur below position of the plant. So where it is occur, what is the function of this tissue? Their major function is increase the diameter of the plant. Where it is occur? Vascular cambium, cork cambium and secondary growth. Secondary growth means what? They increase the thickness of plant. Okay, help in increase thickness of the plant. Thickness of the plant. They increase thickness of the plant. These are the basically three types of the tissue. That is the apical meristem, lateral meristem and the intercalary meristem. A tissue basically two types, plant tissue and the animal tissue. Today we are only discussing plant tissue, that is the meristematic tissue, and there are three subtypes, apical, intercalary and the lateral tissue. Tomorrow we discuss remaining tissues. Thank you.